I was in London prison, and I had gotten in some trouble. So I went and sat in the hole for about 5 months. I sat in there.
Wow.
But I think my mom had a visit with my kids, and my kids definitely saw me in prison. That's something I'll carry to the day I die. So I ended up getting put in the hole. So our visit's through a little tiny window. I'm wearing a big yellow jumpsuit and all that. We're sitting there, and everybody's like, "What's going on? What's the get up?" Because they'd visited before, and it's open. You're at a little table. You can touch, hug. So I remember my son saying, "What's going on? What happened?" I was like, "Oh, I got in trouble." And he looks me right in my eye, and he's like, "What do you mean you got in trouble? How you gonna get in trouble when you in trouble?" And we all laughed it off. And I go back to my cell and I sit there, and that was like my first realization, like, "Oh, you're." I'm trying not to cuss here. It was definitely my first realization when I was like, "Oh yeah, you gotta switch it up. You got, what I mean?" It was kind of a rough one. And he was dead serious. "How you gonna get in trouble? And like I said, we laughed it off. But then I go back and stare at the ceiling, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." That was pretty much it, though.
Yeah, no, I
Obviously,
just
it's been
enjoyed
a
that
while.
conversation because humble, transparent, like
Yeah.
real stories, man. Real stories, real
Yeah.
impact, real results.
Yeah,
With that, it's not through our successes that we teach; it's through our failures, falling on our face.
Yeah.
What's the difference between me and you? We fell, we
Yeah.
failed a couple times, but you are resilient enough to get back. I mean, you broke your neck for God's sakes, and you're
Yeah.
taking a walk a lot around the block the
Yeah.
day that
Yeah.
you get
Yeah, I got
released.
out. Yeah. And I always speak on that situation. I always say, for something that should have been, one of the worst things that ever happened, is probably the best thing that ever happened to me, for real. I wasn't necessarily wild, but I had a very different outtake on life. Very much took everything for granted. I was, whatever. So after that happened, it very much put a lot of things into perspective. I could have very easily died. I mean, I could be in a wheelchair to this day. Like, a lot of things could have gone a lot of different ways. It was literally that point forward that my whole mindset flipped on its head, for real.